Hello everyone, I'm the Mole Man, and welcome back to Train Simulator, and part 3 of the comeback special. We're back in a 395, and we're at Maidstone West. Yes, last time we drove a train from Sittingbourne to Strood, and now we're at Maidstone West. What are we doing here? Well, if you remember last time, there was a 395 sat at the end of Strood, sort of waiting to come into the platform. This could very well be that very 395. So let's get on our way along the Medway Valley line. We're away. Oh yes, we're away. So yeah, driving along the Medway Valley line. What a route it is. My favourite route, my local route. And something we need to have a chat about. Now, you may have cast your mind back. I don't want to think about how long ago. I'm speeding, but it doesn't matter. Cast your mind back to when the Medway Valley line was announced. And I did that big sort of announcement celebration and all that. Well, here's the thing. I already knew the route was coming before the announcement. Why? This is something I've talked about on Twitter after quitting YouTube to begin with. So it's something I'm going to bring up here, and something, before we go any further, I want to bring to your attention and just sort of set the rules, set the ground level of where we are and what's going on. I work for Dovetail Games, who, if you're not aware, make Train Simulator, Train Sim World, fishing sims, all that lot. I work for them. I've worked for them. It's got nothing to do with quitting YouTube. I didn't quit to work there. I was already working there before I quit YouTube. And so there is some sense of, back when I said, you know, thanks for Dovetail for sending this over. It's true, they gave me a key, but it's because I work for them. And I wanted to make that clear now, resetting the channel, starting again, making new videos. I wanted to make it clear from the offset that I work for Dovetail Games. So every piece of content you see that's from Dovetail, I've got for free, and I know what's coming and stuff like that. I'm letting you know now, so in terms of if you ask questions like, oh, should I get this or this? You can take it from me that I'm going to have a very biased viewpoint on that. So that's not something you should really approach me for. I'm just here to enjoy trains. I work for them because I like trains. I make this channel because I like trains. I go train spotting because I like trains. So there's that, and I wanted to make you all aware of that, just to be nice and transparent. Because one of the old things with back in the day, it did sort of eat away at me a little bit that I wasn't telling you guys, and I was afraid of telling you because I don't know why really. I was just afraid. I didn't want to get any sort of backlash, I guess. But no, I work for them, and I wanted to make that apparent. One thing I do want to say now, though, that does not mean you're allowed to start asking me questions of, can you make this, can you make that, what job do you do, can you do this, that, whatever. Those questions are not for me. If anyone starts going on about wanting certain things and stuff, asking questions they know they're not going to get an answer to, that there's going to be no tolerance for that. There's going to be no tolerance for that. So don't ask questions like that. Just take it for what it is. We're all in this together in terms of liking trains and enjoying the hobby. So just accept it for what it is. Don't just be reasonable. You know, don't think it's okay to start asking a bunch of questions about it. I'm not going to tell you what my role is or anything like that. It's not important. What's important is the trains. It's why I'm there, and it's why I'm here, and it's why you're here too. So we'll just keep to that. But I wanted to make it work because, like, you'll know from way back when I started my channel, some of my earliest videos, I was banging on about the Medway Valley line. I did the same thing at work. I was like, go on, do the Medway Valley line, and we did. I got it through. So I knew it was coming, and so I still tried to keep the sort of the aspect of the hype up on the channel. But yeah, I knew it was coming, and I knew everything's coming. But that in particular, that was sort of like a life goal achieved. I got the Medway Valley line made. You know, I convinced them. and it was fun. But yeah, it's good. It's good fun. Working for them has been very interesting. Very interesting indeed. It's just nice to be able to work with something, you know, that I've got such an attachment to. I got into Train Simulator because I'm not allowed to drive real trains because my eyes aren't good enough. So when I was told that, that's when I got into Train Sim, and that's, you know, it's always been about just driving trains. That's all I've wanted to do, and I can do it through this, and I can do it for you guys, and I can do it for my job. I can drive virtual trains for my job. So that's cool. That's cool. Just being involved in it all is very, very fun. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, just going forwards, that's the stance. It's not going to change anytime soon. That is the way it is. And yeah, it's got nothing to do with the channel disappearing to begin with. So don't start thinking that. The only contributing factor it did have was it was eating away at me a little bit that I wasn't telling you guys, because this keeping secrets, it's not good. Don't do it. It eats away at you. Secrets are bad. Sometimes they're good to keep, like, you know, sometimes they're necessary, but if they're not, if it's something like inconsequential like that, like, you know, I just work for someone, don't keep it as a secret if you don't have to. If it starts eating away at you, you know. And that's one of the things I'm doing now, I'm being transparent now, so it doesn't eat away at me in the future like it did last time. Because trying to live that double life of, oh, the banter is da 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 da, and then going to work and, you know, trying to keep them separate, so to speak, not easy. Not easy. And being asked questions like, what's your favourite route? Do you recommend I buy this or that? Trying to answer genuinely, knowing in the back of my mind that I'm going to have some sort of bias. I mean, my natural bias anyway is I like trains. It doesn't matter that I work there or not in that regard, but in the back of my mind it mattered. Because it's like, I feel like I'm not lying, but I'm not being truthful, if that makes sense. I'm not being honest and genuine, I guess is the way it was. And it was eating away at me. But not anymore. You guys know now, providing you watch all these videos and don't skip any. But you know now. So yeah. And I have other connections within the train sim space I mentioned in the first video. I know other developers, so I sometimes know when stuff's coming. I've been a part of it, like knowing that the 465 EP was coming. I could help out with the coupling, stuff like that. And then I've got friends in other places as well. So, you know, that's the way it is. But generally speaking, I will always call out if I get stuff for free outside of TCG. But come to a stop here. Yeah, so, you know, there will be times when I get content for free and sometimes when I pay for it. I will try and be as clear as I can on that. But generally speaking, if it's stock, Dovetail, Train Sim World, you know, third parties as well, anything that's on Steam, I've got it. That's just the way it is. So, no more of this. Thanks for Dovetail sending this over. Because whilst that's true, I was sent a Steam key. It's not the right approach. It's not the right approach. Anyway, welcome to Snodland. We're already leaving. Yeah, that's good. It's been a while since I've seen this place. Several weeks. But let's keep going. Good old Snodland. Lovely station. Very, very fond of it. Anyway. That's it. Get our speed back up. Next stop will be Strood. In theory. Well, it will be. Can't go anywhere else. I say next stop will be Strood in theory, because I could come grinding to a halt if I miss the things again. But yeah. Explanation over. Let's just get on with driving now. But are you impressed with the fact I managed to drive the Muppet Line whilst talking? It's how well I know it. It's because I could do this. I could do this route in my sleep. I love it. And one of the coolest things about having, because I was V1 of this route back when it was still being made, had no scenery on it, because that's how it works. You can imagine. I could perfect the stopping points without any scenery or platforms, just signals. That's how well I know this route. If you took all the scenery away, I could still drive it. I'm setting myself up for a challenge here, aren't I? Yep. I am. Shut up. I'm setting myself up for a challenge here. Oh, I should really shut up. But yeah, I know that's how well I know this route. And I proved it back in the Murray Valley Line announcement celebration. I stopped at Cuxton without a station there. But I can stop at other stations without anything there either, which is kind of cool. It's just nice. It's nice knowing routes. It's nice knowing routes. It's not. I've not even done any specific loot learning. Yeah, loot learning. That's the one. Route learning. Just doing it every single day. I've freaked friends out in the past. Like, we'd be on the train together. It'd be dark outside. I'd be facing the wrong way. It'd be dark, and I'd just say, "And we're going to go under a bridge now." And we'd go under a bridge, and they'd be like, "What the hell? How'd you know that?" I love it. It's so cool. There's something very satisfying about it. And being able to live that satisfaction through Train Simulator is very nice. One weird fact. Just before lockdown happened, they took this whistle board out and the one on the other side. I don't know why. Especially because a few months prior to that, a 466 hit a car on this crossing that's coming up. A 466 hit a car right here. Then they decided to take the whistle boards out. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I imagine it's one of these locals complaining about noise. But it's like, if you live near a railway, it's going to make noise. Deal with it. Whatever. That's the way it is, I guess. But I'll still sound the horn there. The whistle board's still there in Train Sim. It always will be. It always will be. Ding. Approaching Cuxton next. Another whistle board. That's it. I love seeing the bridges over the Medway there. So they're just so striking in the scenery. I love it. Cuxton. I'm speeding, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Let's just bring the speed back down. I'm not really paying much attention at the moment. I was probably speeding right through saying I know this route, but I do know this route. I'm just not paying attention right now. The only way to pay attention would be as if I was like this. But you don't want that. You want me to talk. So, you know, well, I get comments saying I talk too much. To which I say, whatever. I don't care. I'll talk as much as I want. It's my channel. What gets me is when they say, I talk a lot in my videos, but you talk even more. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It really doesn't. It's like, just move on, mate. It's not for you, is it? No. And that's one of the main things about this new sort of revamped channel. The main focus is going to be my enjoyment, and I hope that your enjoyment comes as a result of that. I don't want to force anything, so I'm going to be genuine and, you know, just do what I want to do, how I want to do it, and hopefully it'll all work out, and I won't disappear again. You know, uploads might be a bit sporadic at times if things get busy. But generally speaking, everything will be okay. I'm slowing down here because something tells me that the platform's going to be occupied with a train coming around the corner and stopping there. Don't know what's making me think that, but you know, it means we've got a red signal probably, or something close to it. As like I said, I haven't tested these scenarios, so we'll find out what's going on. I can't actually see yet because I'm still going around the corner. I haven't gone past the yellow signal, which is interesting. Which makes it... Oh no, there's a red. Hey, my scenarios are actually working, look at that! Let's bring the speed down. Yes, we got it. What's the time? 13:38. Well, it should be arriving at Strood any minute then, and then we'll be able to go and couple up to it. Because that's the plan. Can we see it anywhere? No, not at the moment. When we've stopped, I'll take a look. I can't see it up there yet. Let's see if we can find our javelin friend. Alright. Sound the brakes on. And throw it into neutral so the emergency brakes don't go off. Right. Where's our friend? Is he already on the platform? He shouldn't already be on the platform. Nope. Where is he? This is the trouble when you... Ah, here he is. Ta-da! This was us in the previous video. Going over the bridge. So cool. Try and get an angle where we can see them both. That'd be cool. If anything, just looking through the cab window would be interesting. Just watch him come down. But yeah, he's going to go into the platform as we saw in the last video, and then we'll be coupling up to him. Can we try and get them both in the same shot? It's going to be tricky. Something like that would be cool. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Slow down to 15, or 20, and then 15. Go down there. Oh, I'm inside the train. I mean, I am inside the train. I'm in there, but, you know, my camera clipped through the train. Hornby. This is a reskin that's a personal reskin. Someone's done for me that's not released at the moment, because Hornby logo was put on a 395 back in the Ramsgate Open Depot day. So that's good fun. 395013. With the 10th anniversary as well. Hopefully any second now we should see a 395 curving into platform 2. There she is. There we go. It's so cool because we did that like not long ago. Like if you're watching this in real time, yesterday. If you're watching it in the future, about 20 minutes ago when you finished watching the last video. So that's good. So he's going to come to a stop. We will get the road. And we'll couple up to it. Won't that be fun? There's only one place to go when we get to that point. Towards London. Towards London indeed. Right, I'll wait for the road and him to stop and all that, and we can get on our way. So, yeah. Let's hope we get the road any minute now. Right, well, we've got the road, got the calling on signal, so, without further ado, let's get going. Couple up to the train, and yeah, we'll be on our way towards London. What fun! What fun! Right, we've got a 15 limit coming up, so let's not go much faster than that at the moment. The speed limit's currently 35, but it's a 15 as we approach Strood, so we don't want to go too quickly and go sailing into Strood because the platform's kind of already occupied, and I don't want to crash into a 395, I want to couple to it. So that'll be fun. Let's crawl under the Chatham main line. There we go. Speed down to 15. Excellent. Welcome to Strood again. Here we are. So, we've got 395013 and 395012 coupling together to form a 12-car service to London. This is not something that happens in reality, but it's something I thought would be quite cool to do. I thought it would be quite cool. There she is. Stop, open our coupling hatch, and get on our way. Open the doors so everyone can get on and off. That'd be good. Stop. Right. Om nom 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 nom. Lovely. And couple up. Try and do this nice and gently. Might need to use the HUD to see if it's actually coupled or not. There was a bump. Are we coupled up? No, we're not. But with a little bit of HUD magic. There we are. We are coupled up. Right. Doors. Back. Yes, I want to go back. I want to go... There we go. Right. Neutral. Max brakes. Headlights off. This cab. Set it up. Headlights on. There we go. Back in 395012. And now we've got the pair of them. Oh, lovely, yep. Look at that. The pair of them. And so we depart towards Gravesend on our way towards London. Have to be careful. There's a slight downhill into the tunnel here, so we've got to be careful. That'll do. Speed limit of 70 once we are clear of this I was about to say a sharp corner. No, sharp corner. Dear oh dear. My ability to speak has not got any better since I left, so that's fun. That's fun. Right, we just got to crawl our way through here, and then we'll be on our way. It's a bit slow. Imagine back in the day, sort of pre-2003, when the speed limit through this tunnel was 20 miles an hour. What fun that was! What fun that was, good lord. Oh well. Well, you can accelerate in a minute. That's one. That'll do. And we're away. Get ourselves up to 70 miles an hour. It'll all be good. It'll all be good. One of the beautiful things about knowing this train, when we get to about 64 miles an hour, the DSDs or the vigilance device is going to go off. I think it's about 64 miles an hour. Because it takes that long to accelerate. It might be a bit off, because I fiddled around with the throttle a bit too much, but generally speaking, around that sort of speed is when the vigilance device should go off. In theory. I hope I'm right, because that means I know this train very well. If I don't, oh well, doesn't really matter. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Come on. You let me down, train. Clearly we're accelerating faster than normal today. Oh well. There it is. Like I said, it's because I fiddled around with the throttle. But I was still almost right. Approaching the big hole in the tunnel there, lovely. Splitting up Strood and Higham Tunnel. For those of you who don't know the story behind this, it's a good one. It's a good one. This used to be a canal tunnel. I've spoken about this before many times, I'm sure I have. This used to be a canal tunnel. So it was built literally for canal boats to go between... It linked the Thames and the Medway, this canal. Then they built the railway. And they decided to build one half, so the railway, it was a single track railway through the tunnel, sort of built up on stilts, with the other half still being a canal. But it became so narrow for the canal boats, they couldn't cross each other in the middle anymore. They just couldn't cross anywhere through the tunnel. So they dug out that section there so that canal boats could pass each other, which is really cool. It's really cool. And obviously then the canal, no longer a thing, the railway got doubled through. But it took until 2003, 2004 before they lined the tunnel and built proper portals for it. So that was, yeah, there you go, it's the history of Strood and Higham tunnels. I've probably spoken about it many times because I love it. Every time I go through it, it goes through my head. Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, for those of you who haven't heard before, and we're curious, there you go, you've heard it. And every time I drive through this section, you'll probably hear it, because I love going on about it. Alright, go around the corner, go past Who Junction, where the line for the Isle of Grain diverges off, which is kind of cool. I'd love to see that in Train Sim. Especially, well, not yet, I'd love to see it in the future, because apparently, I'll take a quick screenshot, apparently they're going to be building a train station on the line to the Isle of Grain. They're going to be doing like some housework and like building some houses on the line towards the Isle of Grain, so they want to put a station on it, which would be cool. Blow the horn. It would be very cool. I'll point it out when we go past it, if you don't know what the lines of the Isle of Grain is. It's over there. I'll try and point it out in a second. It's one of these, like, yeah, there it is. The line on the most to the furthest back. You can see it keeps going, goes all the way to the Isle of Grain. Freight trains go down there at the moment, just freight trains. But one day you could see passenger trains going down there too, which would be very cool. I don't know what they call the station. There used to be a station there. I think it's called Charnel Street. I think it was called Charnel Street. There used to be a station there, and then that got closed when everything got closed back in like the 60s and stuff. But then no, I think they're going to put a new station there in a few years, which should be cool. Build, you know, thousands of new homes or whatever it is, as they usually do in these areas. I mean, give it 50 years, this will all be houses, guaranteed, because they've got to go somewhere. The trouble with this land, it's all very waterlogged and stuff, as you can see, but technology, they'd find a way. They'd find a way. Houses will just spring up everywhere. But houses mean more stations, more trains. I don't mind that at all. Because there's nowhere here. You'd have to build a Who train station. So that'd be cool. The trouble is, that'd be a nightmare at the ticket office, wouldn't it? Where are you going? Who? Me. No, where are you going? Who? Me. Oh, that'd be a nightmare. That'd be a nightmare. Because normally it's like, how many tickets do you want? 2. So like, where are you going? Who? Me. I don't know. Whatever. I'll stop going on about that bad joke now. And we'll just keep driving. It doesn't even make sense, but I love it. Alright. Yes, got a 50 coming out. Thank you very much. AWS warning board there. Lovely. 50, 30, Gravesend. Ding. I can't remember where the 50 is, mind you. So I'll just keep braking as I go around this corner. Cautious driving. It's the best way to go. Even if it's a bit slower. Doesn't really matter with this trip. The people who got on at their own peril. Let's put it that way. I'll just keep the speed coming down nice and gently. There's a 50 limit somewhere around here. There it is, I think. Is that the 50 limit? No, that's a box. That's a box. Not quite what I was looking for, but it's got to be round past the signal, right? Gotta be. There's a 50 somewhere around here. I know it. Okay, maybe not. We're already in it. We're already in it. We're already in it. That's even better. I completely missed the board. I'm just an idiot. What else is new? Right. And the many bridges on the approach to Gravesend. Lovely. Gravesend itself. Oh no, 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 no. There we go. Gravesend itself is less lovely, but we'll look beyond that. Personal opinion, of course. Just one that's probably correct. Oh well, there's our 30 limit. As we approach Gravesend. That's it. And under the big road tunnel thing. That's it. And burst out into Gravesend. And it's, I say new, guys. It's not exactly new anymore, is it? No. It's been like this for quite a while now. Back when there was a 15 limit and you had to turn off, that wasn't good fun. Our stopping point, well, we're a 12-car train. Our stopping point's the end of the platform. But even if we were 6, it would be anyway. We stop under the bridge. That's it. Lovely. Doors. How are we doing? All of them open? Oh yes. Did we fit on the rear? Did we? Oh yes, we did. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. 10 years, look at that. It's really weird. I remember when they entered service, to think that was over 10 years ago is terrifying. But never mind. Oh, we're off. Alright. Ebb's fleet awaits, where we shall put the pantographs up and enter high speed 1 for the God knows how many times I've already done so on this channel. It's probably quite a few. And in my spare time, even more. Oh yeah, because this is my favourite. It's one of my favourite routes. Well, all of this whole special is like a favourite route thing, I guess, because it's the way it is. I'm speeding, but yeah, it's just fun. It's just a nice route. I got my train's twice as long as normal. I don't know where to accelerate. I'm already speeding, but shh, it's fine. That'll do. We'll go up to about 60. I'm not going to go to 70 because the turn off is not far away. I don't think these signals are very accurate. Like flashing yellow, yeah, that's how we diverge. That's how we have divergent signals in this country. But in reality, they're green, and there's a little white arrow that tells you if you're taking HS1. So there's no sort of approach of double yellow, single yellow feather. It's just a tiny little arrow. It's kind of cute, really. But maybe that's beyond the capabilities of the signalling on this route, which is several years old now. It's several years old. It's scary to think about how old this route is. I mean, yeah, with other mergers and stuff, some aspects of it have been updated. But especially if you use the original London Faversham, got Old Rochester, all the buildings around St Pancras haven't even been built yet. It's amazing how much a route changes over time. It really is. And just how old it is. I don't know where the time's gone. This released back in 2013. That's nuts. It's nuts. Alright, let's brake. Because there's nowhere I'm taking this at 60. 50's better. And the start of the wires. There we are. Welcome to Ebb's Fleet. I'm just going to stop now. Remember, I've got a 12-car train, end of the platform. 6th car, I'd leave a few people disappointed. And then we get to use TVM 430, which is my favourite signalling system ever. Especially as sometime, well over a year ago now, I had a cab ride in 395017 from Ashford to London. It was like a gift from a friend because they were on like one of the rail tours. One of the raffle things was win a cab ride sort of thing, and they offered if I wanted to come along. I was like, oh yeah, of course. So watching TVM happen in real life and seeing, because I think 3950 and 2, this very trainbow right here went past us at a closing speed of what's that? 140 plus 140 is 280. Yeah, my math is terrible, but I'm sure that's right. 280, like just straight past, unforgettable. Amazing. Right. Doors. And CTRL. Pan up, shoes down. Line vault, pan up, shoes down. There we are. We're all set up for HS1, and we have got special permission today to go non-stop to London. We are not stopping at Stratford, we are going straight through, which will be lovely. Providing I've set the scenario up properly and we don't come careering off at Stratford at 140 miles an hour, but it'll be fine! Here we are. Just wait for the doors to shut and we'll be on our way. Scenery. I'll take a screenshot, all the scenery's in the way. There we go. Woman in there just photo bombing. I couldn't think of the word then. Right. Let's do it. This is where things get real, because TVM will kick in, and I just love HS1. This is what it's all about right here. Beep. 80. 80, 100, 225. Get ourselves up to speed. I wonder if it puts a driver on the smile's face. Bloody hell, my words. I wonder if it puts a smile on the driver's face still to this day. Just seeing that number pop up and being able to go, just open her up and take her all the way up to 140 miles an hour. I wonder if it still puts a smile on their face. I hope it does. It definitely put a smile on my face. It looked like, here we go. I'm going to do it right now. Here we go. I love it. 100. Bring the speed up. That's it. Under the Thames Tunnel. We're speeding, which we shouldn't be doing because it's TVM, but I'm not paying much attention. I'm just enjoying this too much. Come on, speed down. Speed down. It's because we're going down to 1 in 40 as well, mind you. Very steep. Here we go! The first time on the previous services when I felt that acceleration leaving Ebbsfleet and bursting out the tunnel the other side 100 miles an hour. Amazing. Amazing experience. I can still I'm sitting in my room on a wooden chair at the moment and I can feel the acceleration of this thing. I just know what it's like and I love it. Get us up speed, 100 miles an hour. Going uphill now, 1 in 40, very steep, not easy to climb, but we'll be fine. Also, sound mod for this, it really does sound like you're rattling along in a train at 140 miles an hour. The only thing it doesn't have is the air whoosh from the tunnel, because you'll go along and you'll get to the tunnel and be like, because all the air, yeah, shut up, all the air just gets compressed around the train, but it's cool. It's cool nonetheless. Climbing out Thames Tunnel, QE2 bridge, very nice. We go under and over the M25, lovely, as the London Tilbury Southend Railway, and we start going downhill. You can see how old this route is because there's no smoothing on the track, because there's bump, bump, bump as you go over a gradient, but it's just a product of its time is all it is. So it's right up to speed now. That's it. See, it's a bit bumpy. The real things were bumpy. Before they put dampers on the bogies not long after they were introduced, because they didn't have any to begin with. And going around a corner like this, the train would go wobble, 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 wobble. And it was everyone thought, oh no, it's going to derail. But it's just a case of going around a corner so quickly. It's just made the coaches sort of wobble a bit. But dampers got rid of it, and now it's smooth as anything. We are approaching 225, but it's amazing standing. Is there a camera angle for it? No, not quite that. I was standing about here and watching all this happen and learning like how the drivers learn the routes. Like they call different bridges different things to create acronyms. They know where they are and stuff like that. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I would, if we were allowed to do videos and photos, I would show them, but naturally not allowed to do that sort of thing. So it's just a thing in my memory, but let me tell you, if it's something anyone ever gets a chance to do, absolutely go for it, because you will not regret it. It's a fantastic experience. Being in the cab of any train is just incredible. It really is. You get some drivers who'll be like, oh, it's just the front, there's nothing interesting in there. It's like, you don't understand. You don't understand what it's like. Yeah, it's all good. Racing along now. Gradients ever changing, getting and keeping to 225 a nightmare, but it's fine. We can manage. So what's nuts, in the real world right now, if you were sat in here, on the other side, looking out that way, you could see London. Right, you can see London, so you can see Canary Wharf and that sort of area from here. And knowing in a few minutes we're going to be there, that is what makes HS1 so magical to me. Is because I remember it for the first time, it's seeing London sort of in the fog in the distance, and then simply by going through London Tunnel number 2, you are there. You're in London. I love that. It's the best thing. We got London Tunnel. I think this is London Tunnel 2, because the one nearest London is London Tunnel 1. This is London Tunnel 2, which takes us to Stratford. But yeah, knowing that we'll be in London in a few minutes, it still blows my mind to this day. I can't wait one day to go somewhere that's got even faster trains and being able to go, you know, like 300 kilometers an hour, like here to there in no time. But in some ways it won't be the same because I won't know the area. Knowing Kent and knowing London means seeing how quickly you can get there. That is what makes it amazing. And similarly with HS2, knowing, like, you know, sort of speeding towards London and then just suddenly being there, it's going to be the same sort of thing. I wouldn't get that elsewhere as much, but it'd still be fascinating to go at high speeds and stuff like that. And I can't wait to do it one day. At least we've got train sim for that sort of thing at the moment, especially just can't go anywhere. Oh well. I hope you're managing to stay as sane as you possibly can during lockdown. It's not easy for any of us, but we're doing the best we can, I think. 225. Racing along, and in theory, yeah, we should just go straight through Stratford. I set it up, I thought, let's do an express run, but I don't know if it actually will be an express run or not, because I haven't tested this scenario. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Beep. Oh, that's not a good sign. That means it's going to slow us down. It's not quite as expressy as I thought it would be. Oh well. Let's see what happens. 200, okay. So the way this works, if you don't know, we've got to be at that speed by the next sort of post. And if you don't know what the posts are, they're the flags, the blue and yellow sort of flag posts, those. So we've got to be down to 200 by that, which we are. Now for the next one, we have to be at 170 before we get there. If we're overspeeding by a certain margin, when we pass the next signal, essentially, it will bring the brakes on. But we're doing alright. You see we're down below 170 as we approach it. 130, the next one. So you still need some aspects of route learning in the real world, because you need to know how far away the next one is. Like, you can't brake too slowly because you'll sail through it at a higher speed. If you brake too slowly, you'll be crawling towards it. So there's still that aspect of route learning that comes into this. And just judging your brakes. Like, I've done really poorly here, but we're fine. We're within threshold. There we go. And down to 80. I set it to not stop here. Yeah, St Pancras, and we're going on the through line. The through line just has a limit of 80 for some reason, which isn't true in real life. Eurostars race through here at line speed. Oh well. We'll race through here at 80, shall we? Going up gradient, bring the speed back up. Take a screenshot in here, I think. Gotta be done. Get on with the train on the curve. That's what you want. That's what you want, isn't it? Look at that. Very nice. Take a few. Because, you know, I've got to waste time to take a screenshot sometimes, you know. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And that'll do. I'll take a couple more as we... what's the signal going to tell us to do? Stick it at 80. We can do that. Let's watch the train just race through here. Because we can. Because we can. Very nice. Screenshot on the way. And back down. I don't know why the limit's 80 through here, but never mind. Go back up to speed in no time. On the way to St Pancras. There we are. Loading it back up again. the final sprint towards St Pancras International. Station which I've been into so many times now. I've lost count how many times I've done this. It's mad. In reality and in train sim. I just love it. I just love it. It's great. Get up to speed. It'll be good. And considering the age of this has held up very well. This train. In particular, I think this one's, I can say, released 2013. I think this add-on, and it still sort of stands up to this day. Would an enhancement pack be very nice? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Especially if you had all the Olympic nameplates, not nameplates as such, but you know the Olympic names and all that lot. That'd be nice. You know, new sounds and stuff like that. A bit more functionality, but generally speaking, this has sort of stood the test of time, and I love it. It's great. It was one of the first trains I drove in train sim. It's a classic. Right, let's come off the power because we are approaching St Pancras already. There's no point accelerating towards 200 because the next one's going to probably tell us to be below what we're currently going, something like that. Yeah, 170. So we can just sort of coast it, because we're going uphill now. So we can just coast it to 170, then slow down, down, down. It'll be fine. We got this. We got this. There's the next one. 130. 160. Well, that's nice and easy. We're already going about 160. Don't even need brakes all that much, really. No. Just a nice gentle decrease of speed. Next one, 130. 130. Put some brakes on for that one. Bit more of a climb down from 160 to 130. We got it. In good time as well. That's what I'm talking about. And off the power. Off the brakes, I mean. I don't know off the power, that means we're applying power. And straight down to 30. That's not right. It shouldn't be 30. Oh well. Like I said, I've done these scenarios without testing them. It could do some weird routing into St Pancras that I'm not prepared for. The limit here should be 60. Not 30. Yes, yes, thank you. What are you preparing me for? Oh dear. Why are we going this way? What routing, what magical routing has Train Simulator conjured up for us then, eh? Oh, okay, we're going this way. This is not what I was intending to have happen. But, nothing we can't deal with. I'm still stuck in a tunnel at the moment, as far as trains is concerned. Come on, show me outside. Show me outside. Show me outside. There we go. Which way are you taking us this time? Not taking the simple path, are we? No. We're wrong roading it into St Pancras. Lovely. Lovely. The speed limit is technically... See, we're still in kilometres an hour area, technically, so I'm going to keep it to 30 instead of going up to 25 miles an hour. Keep it nice and slow. But yep, wrong roading into St Pancras. Wasn't expecting this, but nothing we can't deal with. Oh well. It's trouble if you don't set it right, if you don't put like the exact markers and tick the right markers and make sure you're going the right way, it will just do whatever it wants. It'll go, ah, that's the way I want to go. But it's fine. We are cleared into platform 13. That's it. The speed limit's currently 25. Okay, we'll add a bit more. We'll go up to about 35. 35 kilometers an hour, that'll be fine. I don't want to go too quickly. And in reality, I don't know what would happen if you did all this weirdness, but in reality, KVB signalling is actually in place in St Pancras. These are fit with KVB, because there's no point in fitting AWS to the Eurostars these days. So there's KVB signalling here, which is quite strict in your approach speed. There are different transponders on the floor, and you have to go over them at increasingly lower speeds. I'll try and replicate that here. KVB, if you didn't know, is this system here. It doesn't work here. It doesn't work because KVB wasn't developed until the LGV route came out, which was several years after this. So seeing this updated with KVB signalling for this, and well, that would be very cool. I'm already going far too slow, but around about here you have to be going 10 kilometers an hour for the final approach. I think it's about there. Yeah, you have to be doing... it's about there. You have to do 10 kilometers an hour or less for the final approach, which is good, I guess, because the last thing you want to do is have a, you know, straight through and land outside. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good in the slightest with this. No, it would not. Bring her in nice and slowly. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London St Pancras, where this part of the journey ends. Let's open the doors, let everyone get in and out. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. A couple more screenshots for the road, I think. Guys looking cool as they walk down here. Look at that, very nice. Past this. See, all these buildings are pretty different. There's a YouTube thing building here now. It looks so different. It's mad. And this place is just full of high-rises that just don't exist at the moment. But yes, we have made it to London. That is the end of this part of the journey. But there are more places we can go. Where exactly? You shall find out in the next video.